talking about the tales that never tire. Ghosts and ghouls up in the trees, whispering secrets on the breeze. Down in the holler where shadows hide, lights flicker where the spirits glide. They swear they saw Jim, now gone, walking around with his boots still on. Unseen things in the Appalachian night, haunted fields where the moon don't lie. Cryptids howl and the stories flow. Jen and Coco, they surely know.
Okay, there it goes. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Appalachian Ghost Girls. Tonight's episode is
The Smoky Mountain Ghost Stories.
they're matching shirts.
Are we cute?
So we're going.
Thanks for ordering them.
You're welcome. Yeah, I just ordered some trucker hats, some
Yeah,
green and
we got
black
some pretty sweet merch.
Some
that
cool-
Ian should check out.
die cut stickers. Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll be at the conventions though. Those will be something that you'd have to come to a convention and see us at to
Yeah.
get that.
We'll sign them.
Where are we at right now? Right now we'll be at the one in a Girls and Ghouls slumber party.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be at, where are we going to be at?
We're
July 19th. We're at a
Is
convention in
the-
Ohio.
Yep.
Mystical Gatherings. It's Barb Young's convention over in
Yep,
Ohio.
excited about that.
Yeah.
Get to see all the weird shit we make.
Yes. And then what else is there?
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. Yes.
Yep, we'll be there.
Yes. MadCon.
Mhm.
We're vendors at MadCon, and then we're speakers and vendors at the Appalachian Paracon at the Blennerhassett in West Virginia. That is going to be in October. I think it's the 18th,
Whew.
maybe.
We have a
So
full schedule
yes, gotta keep busy. Oh, we have comments already.
already. Hi everyone.
Hello, hello.
Hi guys.
Hello, hello.
Love the ghost girls.
So is there anything else going on before we dive into everything tonight?
I think you covered all of our events.
Yeah,
Our merch.
yeah. We're gonna
What
make,
else are we doing?
Well, we're gonna start our cryptid candles soon.
Yeah.
Those
We're
are
gonna work
be
on our candles.
cool.
We're gonna work on making more content.
We just made a video talking about the Wampus Cat, which is
Yeah.
a Smoky Mountain Tail. It's ridiculous, but we got through it.
Maybe we should make like a whole series of like Smoky Mountain, like cryptids and legends and
Yeah,
the
could do
history.
that. We could do that.
Because we love the Smoky Mountains.
Yes, yes. So yeah, the Smoky Mountains, particularly Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and the surrounding area, is a place that's very special to my heart. I've been going there since I was a little girl. Spent a lot of time there. My parents love it. We used to have a condo down there. Yeah, it's just a very
Magical.
very magical, beautiful, spiritual place. Yeah, I love it. And there's a ton of ghost stories down there. If you've been to Gatlinburg, you've probably been on one of those little ghost tours of Gatlinburg. You know, they're okay for beginners. It's cool to learn some stuff. But if you really dive deep in to the history of the Smoky Mountains, there's a lot of stuff. So, I don't know. What do you want to get into
History.
first?
Well, you told me an interesting fact that I never knew, that how old the Smoky Mountains are. Like
Or the Appalachian Mountains?
The Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're not talking about the Appalachian Mountains.
Well, no, the Smoky Mountains
They're part of it.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
But I'm just like, that was because it came up in some of the research that I had done, that how just
older than
old
bones,
they are.
older
Yeah.
than the rings of Saturn. Like, they are super old.
how do they even know that?
I don't know.
How is that like a thing? How do you test that?
I'm not the
I'm not that
person.
smart.
No, I'm not either. But yeah,
They're
so
definitely a magical place.
they are. They're fucking old. And
A
there's
lot of haunted places.
yeah, and a lot of places, a lot of caves, a lot of scary caves to get stuck in, or to get, you know, if you look into, and we've talked about this before, if you look into Missing 411, that documentary, you know, and you look at the missing people reports of the country, so many are in that region where all these
Wow.
caves are. Are they just getting lost, or could it be something getting them in the woods? I don't know.
Something more sinister.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Have you ever gone in one of those caves?
Not like deep into one.
No, but like you've like.
Yeah, I've seen some
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, but like I haven't gone like hiking real deep into, because
I'd
there's
like to do
bears.
Yeah.
Like I was this past October, I was just filming a little bit at Elkmont Cemetery that we went to,
Yeah.
and Gwen's filming me, my daughter, and all of a sudden she said something about, I thought I heard something. I'm like, oh yeah, we're in the middle of the woods. There could be bears. And there was like a little flimsy fence. I'm like, oh, there's a fence. She's like, that's not gonna do anything. And she's like, I'm gonna whack it with your camera. I don't even care. And I'm like, well, don't whack it.
But you're also in Elkmont Cemetery, which is one of the most, well, not one of the most, but it's a very haunted place.
Very haunted.
Yeah.
Very haunted. Which
is one of our,
gets us to
one of our ghost stories.
Well, what was that? 2022.
2.
Was it 22? No, it was 23. 2023. We went down in August. Elkmont Ghost Town was an old like vacation town. I got a little clip that I'm going to play for you guys in a little bit. But one thing is, we were in the spirit box, and I was told to leave. So I'm going to play that for you guys real quick. It's pretty really cool. Is there an Alistair here with us? Leave.
Oh, we're being rude? Awesome!
It's from a TikTok.
What
It
is
was
that
rude
sound?
though. It was very rude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got more comments, but yeah, that was pretty cool to
Yeah.
see.
There was definitely something in that cemetery that did not want us being there. Even though, I mean, we were respectful. We left
Coins
gifts
and things, like coins.
You know,
on
we
the...
did. We were,
Yeah.
we were being good.
Sorry, I'm looking at this.
What were the comments? I didn't even see them.
What do we got going on here?
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hey.
Mike, Steven, John, Mandy.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. For anybody listening on Spotify later, we're on StreamYard, so we're live on Facebook and YouTube, so we're able to have people comment live, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool way to interact.
Yeah. Definitely say hi.
Hi,
Definitely ask some questions
Yes.
or give some feedback or comments, whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Well, I probably should have named some of these videos. But
Probably.
I don't know what this one is. I don't know.
We'll
But
play a random video.
we'll play a random video. So let's talk about the Wampus Cat, since we literally just, you know.
We just made a video about the Wampus Cat being a Smoky Mountain legend and
Cherokee
a
legend.
Cherokee legend.
I like to tell about Cherokee legends, but I always stress, please look up actual books, articles written by Native Americans.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to like
Get your facts straight from the indigenous
From the
people,
source.
From the source.
I don't,
yeah.
you know, I like to tell the story, but I don't, you know, I don't go by what I say, you know,
Yeah.
do some research, talk to the people. It's actually their legends.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
But,
let's talk about the Wampus
The
Cat.
Wampus Cat is
Tail.
a cat that is big in the Smoky Mountains. It's usually like a human taking form of
Yeah.
the Wampus Cat, and just going after people, like
Yeah.
whether they want revenge for whatever, a
So-
jilted lover.
Well,
you
one of the
know.
stories was that a woman from a tribe was spying on, like, you know, at that point in time, the males had meetings or, you know, tribal meetings or whatever. And so she spied on a meeting that she shouldn't have been watching, and she hid under the pelt of a mountain lion, and the medicine man caught her and basically cursed her with this shape-shifting thing, which, I mean, that's not really a curse. I know. But she would like strike fear into like the hearts of people that she would, cross their path. So I guess that would kind of help make it so you couldn't have a normal life. But I think it sounds pretty cool. But the other story,
I wouldn't mind being a shape-shifting panther.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think so.
The other story being
Running
Deer, who is a Cherokee woman, took form of the Wampus Cat to go after this evil spirit that had turned her husband mad, and he died. So she was avenging his death, and that's their story.
Kind of reminds me of like Twilight, when like the werewolves because they were into
you would go Twilight. I know,
because they were defending their land, and the vampires showed up.
Yeah,
so that caused them to. So she, I guess, out of her grief and whatever, turned into this Wampus Cat. But another interesting Cherokee legend is about Spearfinger, and I actually have a clip of me talking about it. So I'm going to play that right now, and you can learn all about Spearfinger. Unlike the Wampus Cat, she's this Spearfinger is pretty terrifying sounding. So.
Yeah.
Now, I've discussed her before, but let's talk about it again. This is about Spearfinger. Spearfinger is part of a Cherokee legend. She is a witch that resides in the Smoky Mountains. According to Cherokee legend, Spearfinger had a long, pointy, sharp finger on her right hand. Now, she used that to stab her victims and pull out their livers. And then she'd eat them. It's said that she had stone-like skin and that she used shape-shifting to lure her victims. Now, it's said that Cherokees believe in 3 worlds. The first being the upper world, where the creator lives. The second being where the plants, insects, humans, we all reside. And the third being the underworld, a place where a human should never be. And they say that there are portals that spirits and creatures can come through. And that's where the story of Spearfinger stemmed from. Now, when I mentioned that Spearfinger liked to shapeshift, she would often shapeshift as an older woman, an old hag, and that's how she would end up trapping children. She would lure them to her, sing them to sleep, and then consume their livers. Now, I'm not native. I have read about Spearfinger. If there is anybody that is native or Cherokee that would like to elaborate in the comments, please feel free to do so. Have a good night.
Yes.
Yes, it is Jen and Coco.
Hi. Okay, I'm reading some comments real quick. Steven said, would you ever want to live anywhere else other than Appalachian country? I actually like, so my parents are Appalachian. They grew up here in southwestern Pennsylvania. I'm like, where the hell am I? Northern Appalachia.
Where am I?
We're only about like 45 minutes from West Virginia going to the west, or about an hour going south.
Yeah.
But I actually grew up in Florida, so I am a southerner. I miss you too, Patience. And so I lived in Florida, a place that people want to go on vacation and they want to retire to. I don't like it. I love it up here. If I was to move, it would be somewhere else in the region. Like I actually want to move to the Smoky Mountains maybe one day, like retire down there because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So personally, I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
I personally wouldn't either.
And then Steven said, which Ouija board behind you has communicated with more spirits? Do you have Ouija board stories? So I don't really play Ouija board. This one I found at an antique shop it's from the 1800s. It's real old. This one is from, I believe it's the 1960s. It's the one with hold on a second. It's a special edition Ouija board. Woo! I'm dropping stuff. It's got the blue phantom on it. So that's like from, I believe it's the 1960s. Cool. And yeah, I don't really, kind of probably the way I was raised, I don't really play Ouija board, but it doesn't work for me. The few times in the last year that maybe like 2 times I've tried, literally doesn't move. But she does it. with Troy.
It doesn't
and
always
Phil.
like to talk to me though.
Yeah, it just
There's been
depends
a
on the
couple
spirit.
times where it just like refused.
Yeah.
But it does work for me.
Yeah, it does not work for me. Just decoration in my case, but
We're collectors.
yeah, I want to collect more
Both
though.
are.
I like older ones, so.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got here? Spearfinger is scary. I'm also sure, like especially this one, like the vibes.
The one, yeah.
The vibes were vibing. I had them in my room for a while. Moved them down here. I'm down in my content creating room in my basement, and I never turn a spirit box on at my house because I know that I brought stuff here or there was stuff here already. And so a couple weeks ago, I'm sitting here with my boyfriend and I turn on the spirit box. Said, "Is anybody here?" Within 5 seconds, a male voice clearly comes through and says, "Hi, Jen." And that's really all that happened that night. When I turned it off. I'm not.
Turn it on.
We should. I'm not scared,
Later.
but I told it, like, you know, hang out here. This is your little area. Do whatever you want in here. Don't destroy anything. You know, leave everybody else in the house alone, because people in my house aren't as open as I am to all of this. So this is their hangout. If they want to hang out in this room, I got all my cool stuff, so they can do that.
It's the ghosty room.
Yes. Deanna, I've always wanted to go to the Appalachians. I should start a YouTube channel to tell some of my personal experiences where I'm from, and I'm going to do interviews and stuff. I'm so excited, and you inspire me so much. Aw.
Oh, that's so cool. Well,
That's awesome. And that's actually something we're going to be doing this.
Maybe we'll have to
meet up sometime.
meet up in the future.
Yeah. It's when it gets warmer, we really love talking to people. And
we're gonna get out more.
We have a documentary coming out next Thursday. Don't expect anything flashy. Don't expect anything.
But it'll be awesome.
But it's fun. But part of it, we went to the Haunted Heyman House in West Virginia, but we started off going to the Flatwoods Monster Museum, and then we went to the Bigfoot Museum. And Laurel, who owns the Laurel Mountain Country Store, am I saying that right away?
Yeah.
She's also like the co-owner of the Bigfoot Museum. She told us some stories, and we got some of it on film.
Some stories.
So we'll be sharing that.
And we want to go back there.
Oh yeah, because they have like men from the Hollers will come.
Yeah.
On Monday nights, and they play music, dulcimers and their guitars and fiddles and all that.
Yeah,
and
that'll
so
be amazing.
when it gets a little bit warmer, we're definitely gonna go.
This is your wine.
Oh, I should take it to him and let him feel it. I'm gonna see him in a couple of weeks. Christopher Lee Jansen.
Yeah.
I don't want to say his full name like that, but you know, Christopher Lee Jansen.
He's saying his whole government like that. Anyways,
but
let's get back to our ghost stories.
No wine for me, Steven.
Yeah, I don't drink. I haven't drank in like a year.
I don't drink.
I don't drink.
I know.
I prefer herbal libations.
Yeah, I don't do anything. I'm not fun.
Yes, you are. You don't have to.
No, I honestly don't. I don't have to do
take
anything to act
No.
ridiculous. So,
you don't.
Let's tell the story of Lucy of Roaring Fork, because Roaring Fork is a motor trail. I love it.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It is.
That
It's
was
very
so
beautiful.
awesome.
I was just there in October because my daughter loves. I don't know why though, guys. Every time I go on Roaring Fork, I have to. And so I'll end up like having to speed through it as fast as I can to get to the end. At the end, there's like Eli's something or another. It's like a shop,
the little
shops
store.
and stuff. There's a little cabin you can rent.
It's like a little country store.
And there's bathrooms. So I go this last time. It was either that time or when I went in July, because I was there twice in the last like 8 months or so. And I'm in the bathroom, and I swear every person in the world came. They were all waiting out of the bathroom. There's 2 bathrooms. They're all like, these kids are yelling, and I'm texting my daughter. I'm like, tell them little assholes to get out of here. I'm just trying to poop. Like, I don't know why it hits me. I don't know if it's nature or whatever. But anyways, I digress.
Remember that time in the bathrooms in New York, and I like almost punched those kids in the face?
What?
You know,
No.
because Mickey was in the bathroom.
Oh my god.
And they were talking about how long she was taking and how she was probably pooping.
I think I do
And
remember
they
that.
just kept going on and on and on and would not shut up. And I said, if you have to piss so bad, just piss in each other's mouths.
Oh my god.
And then whenever I went in the bathroom, they were like banging on the door. So whenever I came out, I like blew the door open so it hit him in the face. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah. No,
Don't fuck with me. Anywho,
But yes,
Lucy.
So Lucy,
We love Lucy.
I love Lucy.
I love Lucy.
Lucy, I believe I can't even talk. I believe there was a house fire, right?
Yes, that's what it said.
With
There
her
was a
family.
fire in her family's cabin,
Okay.
and she did not make it.
Okay. But say you
So
didn't
she
even
roams
know
the
about
woods.
that. So this man is driving down the trail, sees this beautiful girl, picks her up on the side of the road. This is Lucy,
Yeah.
and proceeds to take her home.
Fall in love.
Yeah, he was in love. He was like smitten. It was like love at first sight,
With
and
a
he wanted to
ghost.
marry her. And I think he went to the parents. So the parents lived.
Yeah.
And was like, I'd like
And
to
we're
marry
like,
your daughter. And they're like, our
She
daughter's
died a
dead,
couple
bitch.
months ago.
What is wrong with you? You dumbass. But yeah, so it was her ghost. Yeah.
Which is crazy that her ghost was like that.
Yeah, that like
That real, like that visible.
Yeah.
To the human eye.
human.
The human eye. That's wild.
The hymen.
The hymen.
Yeah, it is weird. I thought
Yeah. So
I had a story. I can't
Lucy
see.
roams
I don't know what that's one's.
Roaring Fork River Trail.
I don't
And
know.
there's also, I told you, I read this story about people. Is that near Cades Cove?
Cades Cove's like far out.
So it's nowhere. So Roaring Fork is not anywhere near Cades Cove.
So Cades Cove is kind of it's a drive. Like if you're in Pigeon Forge, you got to go. I think it's like out past Townsend, which is a town.
Okay.
So it's like a 45-minute drive, but it's like definitely worth it if you have some extra time. It's gorgeous. Some of the best sights
Okay.
in the area, like for sightseeing. Lots of bears and deer. Lots of old
I love
structures.
seeing the bears.
Yeah, I don't like seeing them when I'm like leaving a steakhouse.
Well,
though, like
no.
that one time.
With your leftovers. Yeah, no, because I was just thinking, because the one story I read was about the cabin in the woods legend of the Smoky Mountains and how people will see this apparition of the cabin and then they go towards it and then it's not there.
Yeah.
And the cabin's not on any sort of, and any history, like nobody really knows about it, but people always see this apparition. So I didn't know if that was related to Lydia, like, because
Yeah.
the cabin burned down. I was like, is that,
Lydia?
but they're not anywhere like near each
I
other.
might have that. Lydia.
But that doesn't mean she had to have lived near Roaring Fork. Like her cabin could have burned down in the cove.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, or the what's it called?
Oh,
Cades Cove. I
In
don't
the
remember. I
coves.
was having like a fucking brain fart. So I don't know. Like I was just didn't know if they were related.
Speaking of Lydia.
Just how the Wampus cat is maybe
Yeah.
related to Lydia as well, because they found, her story is she was left at the altar, like her husband didn't, the fiance didn't show up. She's like, sad. She runs
back
to the Greenbrier where
which
they were
at
staying.
was an inn at the time.
Yeah.
Now is a nice restaurant. I actually
Yeah.
had the Lydia Martini
Yeah.
in July. It was like lemon and lavender.
Oh, that sounds good.
Pricey place, but they did a lot of remodeling.
Cool. But so she cool story. So she like hung herself at the Greenbrier. So that's why she haunts that place.
Yeah.
But it said that her fiance was actually found mauled by a mountain lion. So legend has it that, she killed herself, came back as the Wampus cat, and fucking.
He didn't use the knife.
Oh yeah, no, she did. The cat. I don't know how I did that. The cat didn't stab anybody. The cat mauled
Yeah.
the man who didn't show up to his wedding.
And that's a darker story because when you first put it out there,
I'm winded from talking so much.
when you first put it out there, it's like he didn't mean to like do
because
that.
he was mauled.
Yeah.
But I think it was the other way around.
But the White Oaks Flat Cemetery, that's literally in the village area of Gatlinburg. Like you're just shopping. If you go up the hill, like there's a cemetery
So cool.
with all the a lot of the original families. But I've also heard that she is also up there sometimes. And it's funny because she's up there because you'll see cats. And I've walked past there to the bathroom and I've seen cats running up and down. And so I'm like, oh, Lydia's up
So
there.
maybe she just wanders around. She gets
might.
around.
I do have a video, I think this is it, of the Greenbrier, so you can see what it looks like inside and a quick little story. So I will play that now.
In the 1930s, a woman named Lydia stayed at the Greenbrier when it used to be a lodge. She was to get married to one of the local men. When he stood her up at the altar, she came back and hung herself from the upstairs balcony. Her spirit is said to still haunt the restaurant to this day. She can usually be found on the steps to the second floor.
Yeah. A funny story is, my first marriage, we renewed our vows. And so we actually, when we renewed our vows, we actually had our dinner in the second story of the Greenbrier.
Oh, nice.
Had a big dinner there. The dinner was cool. Marriage maybe not, but
Yeah. Dinner good and
that's
marriage
my
not
second
so much.
marriage. No, we're not gonna talk about my marriages.
No.
But yeah, so definitely check that place out. It's very cool.
Very haunted.
Yes.
Yeah.
What else do we got? Oh, well, one thing about Gatlinburg is, any touristy area, there's some dark history.
Mm-hmm.
I actually stayed, there was a hotel, it used to be the Holiday Inn Sun Spree on Historic Nature Trail. I actually stayed there that year that I renewed the vows. I stayed in that hotel. There was all these rumors about that hotel. People died. There was documented cases of people dying, but then there was even a story.
Just randomly?
No, somebody killed themselves, something like
Okay.
that. But there was even a documented story, a non-documented story. So I tend not to believe this one, but that a Boy Scout troop or something like that was killed. But you always hear that in places.
Is it the Cecil of
Maybe, but it's
Smokey?
not there anymore. They built something over it, but I stayed there before it was torn down. And I remember I had a adjoining room to my family, and everybody was, I don't know where. They weren't up in the hotel rooms though. I was finishing getting ready because I took forever. The room the room to the or the door to the other room was open. And I'm standing right here, doing stuff in the mirror. I could see out of the corner of my eye, I could see something moving in the other room. When I yelled hello, nobody's in there. Another thing was, you would press buttons. There was nobody there. This was weird because it was Halloween time, but there was nobody there. You'd press different floors or whatever, and it'd still take you up to floor 5.
That's creepy.
And that's where a lot of that stuff happened.
Yeah.
There was one room where the guy killed himself was up there, and I almost got to see the room because the woman was like, "You want to see it?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and then she was like, "No," because it wasn't cleaned or something, so I couldn't see it.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. And now it's not there anymore. But
I read several stories on Reddit of people having haunted Airbnbs around Gatlinburg.
Yeah, no, they're seriously, they're all over
having
the place.
experiences.
Now down the road on that same road, what was it called? I cannot remember. It's a motor lodge, Roaring Fork Motor Lodge. You can look this up. Back in the day, there was two night clerks, or maybe one night clerk and a security guard, but there were guys that came in and they murdered them and robbed them, and eventually the one guy that did all that, he ended up getting arrested. But that place has since been torn down, but they'll say that because there's something built over top of it now, but they'll say that you can still hear her scream and all that. Another thing, because we're on that street, go down a little bit farther on that street. This fucking street, the Historic Nature Trail. They have, if you're ever in Tennessee, you see something that looks like a space needle. It's a Gatlinburg Space Needle. There are documented cases of stories. Somebody was helping construct it, build it, and he got crushed and killed. And not too long ago, a man, I think 2016, was on the top and jumped off.
Damn.
So a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, down over in Anakeesta that we went to in Gatlinburg, a woman, I think 2-3 years ago, was on the ski lift going up, had a mental breakdown, and jumped off.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So for as beautiful as this place is, there's definitely
some messed up history.
Yes. And that also reminds me of the story of the Edgewood Hotel, which is also in Gatlinburg. And
read about this.
This story is they'll tell this on the Gatlinburg ghost story, thing, but like little girl was upstairs. She fell out into the creek, and they say you can still hear her cries. It's literally right next to the mysterious mansion, Edgewood Hotel.
I did read this one.
They also said that like it had something to do with the family. The family took off, went chasing after them into the like parkway into the mountains, and they wrecked their car.
Oh damn!
But then people have said that they've tried to look this article up, and they can't find anything.
That's weird.
But so many people know this story, so I don't know. I'm not sure why. Let's check out the comments here. Hey Zach. Hi Holly.
Hi Holly.
Wait for my.
What did that one say? We're still going to do the story.
Oh, Mike, we want to talk about the Green Man.
Oh, okay.
We will talk about the Green Man, but that's up here.
Yeah.
We'll do a Pittsburgh one.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we'll do Pittsburgh Ghosts. Okay, Mike. We'll do Pittsburgh Ghosts in 2 weeks, and we'll cover the Green Man.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. So let me see. What do I got over here? We're gonna press this and see what we got.
Elkmont Ghost Town. What was once a booming logging camp and resort town for wealthy vacationers slowly became a ghost town. With Elkmont's history as a highly successful logging community comes the fact that dozens of loggers were named or even killed in logging accidents. The train wreck of 1909 also took some lives of those on board the train. These incidents were gruesome, involving exploding boilers and derailing trains filled with massive logs. Today, visitors to the park report a very uneasy feeling as they walk past the still-standing historic homes in Elkmont, and the lingering feeling as though they are being watched. The good news is, some of these structures are finally going to be fixed up in preparation to be rented out again as vacation cottages.
That was from 2 years ago when we went there.
That was so fun.
Elkmont's very cool.
We need to go back.
I like the fact that they're fixing up a lot of them now. Like I was just there
Like
in
to stay
October. Yeah, I guess
That would
eventually.
be awesome.
But they were really like when I first started going there, it was really like structurally unsound. Like you could not. I mean, it was scary. So that's definitely cool. There was an old hotel over there too, Daisy Town. I think it might have talked about it. That burnt down. But there's still like the steps. I think if you go into the woods, they're still there. There's some pictures around the internet that somebody tried to say was Elkmont. It was AI generated. I'm like, that is not Elkmont. I don't know what the hell that is, but I've been to Elkmont and that is not
AI.
That is
Are you
not
supposed to
Elkmont.
know what is AI and like what is real anymore?
I don't know.
Seriously.
There's like little, I guess, hints, but like
I don't
to like a
fucking know.
normal person.
Listen, I already think we live in a simulation. Like literally, I'm just a sim.
You're a sim?
I'm a sim.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe.
fully, this world is too fucking weird.
Yeah.
Should we turn on the spirit box real quick?
Sure.
Do you want to?
Gotta get my pink case. We're gonna see if hopefully it's charged. Should be. I'm gonna tear up everything.
No.
We're gonna see if we can get whatever is in here to say something tonight. Before we leave.
Yeah. I'm
So
like
lift it up.
incompetent.
Alright, hopefully this one's charged. Yes. S-box. Scanning. FM. Okay, let me scan. All right, let's check this out. Is anybody here?
Hello?
You said hi, Jen, to me the other day. Can you say hi again? I can't make out what's saying. You're going to have to speak a little bit more clear. Maybe slow it down just a little bit so I can understand what you're saying. Can you say hello? I can't understand. I can't make out what it's saying.
Yeah.
All right. One more time before we go. You have anything to say? I can't tell if it's radio bleed. See, nobody wants to talk. I'm telling you, that was the thing. It was like, hey Jen, and then like that's it. Like really,
That's crazy.
Really, you're gonna just say hi and then say nothing?
Yeah.
That's rude.
It's a tease.
That's rude.
You're a tease, Ghosty.
All right. So when's the next one? What's the day, Steve?
I don't know.
So next week, documentary, 7 p.m. Check that out on their YouTube. The YouTube.
Check it out on our YouTubes.
And yeah, actually, next week we will do our podcast from 7 to 7:30. And
Wait,
then
next week?
No, sorry, 2 weeks from now, March 6th.
So March 6th.
Because we actually have to be on our friend Holly, her podcast at 8 o'clock that night. I'm not sure if hers is live or not, but we will be here on March 6th. So we will see you then.
Be there, be square.
Play our fancy song. I think we should cover this song. I think we should do a cover.
We'll do it.
Jan and Coco.
We'll remake it.
Sit by the fire.
Get our instruments together.
All right. Stay safe.
Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye.
Jen and Coco sit by the fire, talking about the tales that never tire. Ghosts and ghouls up in the trees, whispering secrets on the breeze. Down in the holler where shadows hide, lights flicker where the spirits glide. They swear they saw Jim, now gone, walking around with his boots still on. Unseen things in the Appalachian night, haunted fields where the moon don't lie. Cryptids howl and the stories flow. Jen and Coco, they surely